Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yasona Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tiravana Chari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privajakacharya Asto Tartata Shri Srimad Nitya Leela Pravista His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj ISKCON's BBT Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Guru Parampara Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Amala Purana, Grantaraj, Srimad Bhagavatam, Paramahamsa Samhita Ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 11, The Transcendental Qualities of Vritasura. Text 22. Pumsam Kila Ekantadiyam Svakanam Ya Sampada Divi Bhumo Rasayam Na Rati Yat Dvesha Udvega Adi Madha Kali Yasanam Samprayasa Pumsam Kila Kanta Diyam Svakanam Yasampado Divi Bhumo Rasayam Narati Advesha Udvega Adhir Madakalir Vyasanam Samprayasa Pumsam kilakanta diyam svakanam yasampado divi bhumo rasayam narati advesha udvega adhir madakalir vyasanam samprayasa. Please chant. Ladies, please. Pumsam, unto persons, kila, certainly, ekantadiyam, who are advanced in spiritual consciousness, svakanam, who are recognized by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his own, ya, which, sampada, opulences, divi, in the upper planetary systems, bhumo, in the middle planetary systems, rasayam, and in the lower planetary systems, na, not, rati, bestows, yat, from which, dvesa, envy, udvega, anxiety, adhi, mental agitation, mada, pride, kali, quarrel, vyasanam, distress due to loss, samprayasa, great endeavor. Translation. Again, this is Brittasura in a very difficult situation, giving very sanguine, sublime, and extraordinary instructions to his so-called enemy in battle, Indra. Persons who fully surrender at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and always think of his lotus feet are accepted and recognized by the Lord as his own personal assistants or servants. The Lord never bestows upon such servants the brilliant opulences of the upper, lower, and middle planetary systems of this material world. When one possesses material opulence in any of these three divisions of the universe, his possessions naturally increase his enmity, anxiety, mental agitation, pride, and belligerence. Thus one goes through much endeavor to increase and maintain his possessions, and he suffers great unhappiness when he loses them. Purport by His Divine Grace, ISKCON's BBT Founder Acharya Jagadguru, Savior of the Most Fallen, the Most Merciful, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the Bhagavad Gita, 11th verse of the 4th chapter, the Lord says, Yeyatam mam prapadyante tam stadaiva bhajamyaham mama vatmarnu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. As devotees surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. Both Indra and Brittasura were certainly devotees of the Lord, although Indra took instructions from Vishnu to kill Brittasura. The Lord was actually more favorable to Brittasura because after being killed by Indra's thunderbolt, Brittasura would go back to Godhead, whereas the victorious Indra would rot in this material world. Because both of them were devotees, the Lord awarded them the respective benediction they wanted. Brittasura never wanted material possessions, for he knew very well the nature of such possessions. To accumulate material possessions, one must labor very hard, and when he gets them, he creates many enemies, because this material world is always full of rivalry. If one becomes rich, his friends or relatives are envious. For Ekanta Bhaktas, unalloyed devotees, Krishna therefore never provides material possessions. A devotee sometimes needs some material possessions for preaching, but the possessions of a preacher are not like those of a karmi. A karmi's possessions are achieved as a result of karma, but those of a devotee are arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead just to facilitate his devotional activities. Because a devotee never uses material possessions for any purpose other than the service of the Lord, the possessions of a devotee are not to be compared to those of a karmi. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pangur Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvasva Padambojo Radha Madana Mohano Dibyad Bindaranya Kalpachumada Srimad Ratnagara Sringasanasto Srimad Radha Shrilagovinda Devo Pastalabi Savyamano Smarahami Sriman Rasa Rasarambi Bamsi Bhattatatastita Karshan Venusvanar Gopir Gopinatha Sriyestuna Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Brindavaneshvari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubias Cha Kripasindubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gora Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Pumsam kilakanta diyam svakanam yasampado divi bhumo rasayam Narati advesha udvega adir madakilir vyasanam samprayasa. Persons who fully surrender at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and always think of his lotus feet are accepted and recognized by the Lord as his own personal assistants or servants. The Lord never bestows upon such servants the brilliant opulences of the upper, lower, and middle planetary systems of this material world. When one possesses material opulence in any of these three divisions of the universe, his possessions naturally increase his enmity, anxiety, mental agitation, pride, and belligerence. Thus one goes through much endeavor to increase and maintain his possessions, and he suffers great unhappiness when he loses them. So this is a rare opportunity for me to speak with His Grace Vaishya Shekhar Prabhu and His Holiness Radhanath Swami present. He's present, and all of you. So I pray that I can speak something on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and the predecessor acharyas for the forward progress of our all individual and collective devotional service with the aim of expanding the Krishna consciousness movement all over New York and the entire universe. Haribol. So this is very, very wonderful. Again, Brittasura, who is supposed to be a great demon, the leader and hero of the demons in their attempt to fight the demigods for possession of the heavenly planets. But we know, and actually the latter part of this canto, coming chapters, are describing the previous birth of Brittasura as the very pious Maharaj King Chitraketu, who was frustrated in his material desire to get a son. Actually, he did get a son temporarily, Harsha Shoka. The son died in circumstances that are being explained here in terms of material consciousness. When one has material opulence, then one's relatives or friends become envious. So he was destined, even though he had millions of wives, not to get a son. But by the blessings of Narada Muni and Maharaj Angira, one of his wives, what was her name? I forget, Kritaduti, I think, something like that. She was able to give birth to a son. And all the other co-wives became very envious. And their envy became so great and so strong, they administered poison to the son and killed him. And, of course, this led to Maharaj King Chitraketu in his great sorrow and lamentation to be a worthy candidate to have transcendental instructions from Narada Muni and Maharaj Angira impregnated deeply in the core of his heart, so much so that he was given instructions on how to approach the Supreme Lord Sankarshan and was ultimately able to meet him face to face. And by the blessings of Lord Sankarshan, he was actually given a very high position, so to speak, within the material world. He was able to fly on a transcendental airplane all over the universe. And he came upon Lord Shiva in an assembly of great saintly persons, embracing his wife, Goddess Parvati. And he actually found this to be humorous. And the acharyas have described many different angles of vision, both from Maharaj King Chitraketu and Lord Shiva, ultimately making it clear that they were enjoying a friendly devotional humor between them. Whereas Mother Parvati saw that this Chitraketu was daring to think himself more advanced in controlling the senses than Lord Shiva, who's such a great exalted personality. and thinking that this was Asuric or demoniac in nature, she cursed him to take birth as an Asura. But this curse was ultimately arranged by the Lord, ultimately, to bring Maj Chitraketu back home, back to Godhead as soon as possible. So here, and this will be noted in coming verses by Indra himself in the next chapter, Brittasura's glorious death. Hearing the straightforward instructions from Brittasura, King Indra praised him and again took the thunderbolt in his hand. Without bewilderment or duplicity, he smiled and spoke to Brittasura as follows. O great demon, I see by your discrimination. Say a pure devotee is expert in discrimination, discriminating matter and spirit. That is Paramahamsa. He can discern the essence, extract the ultimate essence and good from everything, from everyone, leaving aside the temporal or unnecessary material considerations. I see by your discrimination and endurance, driti. The devotee is very perfect and strong and exemplary in his endurance. In devotional service, despite your dangerous position, that you are a perfect devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supersoul, and friend of everyone. Actually, in what Srila Prabhupada describes, the verse 1155 of the Bhagavad Gita as the essence of devotional service, Krishna is saying, one who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contaminations of fruitive activities and mental speculation. These things are for those who are Ishvaraham Hambogi, that I am the enjoyer. They are not in their regular position as devotees of the Lord. Samaham Sarvabhuteshu, in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the devotee is a golden band in which the diamond of the Lord is set. Together they enhance one another very nicely. Those who are in a sane or pure condition of life are called devotees. So, and Prabhupada says in the 1st canto, it is understood that one is a non-devotee or proclaims himself to be a non-devotee, that such a person is not in a sane condition of life. So one who is free from these things, and he works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of life, and is nirvara sarvabhuteshu, friendly to every living entity, he certainly comes to me. And Prabhupada, in commenting on this important qualification of a devotee, a devotee is friendly to everyone. We say, like we see so many friends out there, like here in the Lower East Side. Yeah, we're friends, going out and drinking and sitting at the bar together, at 10 o'clock at night. But those same friends at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning become bitter enemies and are practically ready to beat each other up. That's friendship in the material world. Friend one day, bitter enemy the next. But how is a devotee friendly to everyone? How is this? A devotee is situated in Krishna consciousness, knows that only devotional service to Krishna can relieve a person from the problems of life. He has personal experience of this. Or that our sadhana is to gain deeper and deeper and more mature levels of this experience or understanding. And propagating Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement of distributing the holy name, and Srila Prabhupada's transcendental books and transcendental prasadam distribution are the three-pronged best method that has been orchestrated and blessed upon us by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his disciplic succession of Acharyas and Goswamis to date. It's described, actually, when Prabhupada was coming on Jaladuta, he wrote his first prayer 5 days before docking in Boston, still in the North Atlantic Ocean. Sri Srimad Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is that great saintly spiritual master who bestows intense devotion to Krishna in various places around the world. By his strong desire, the holy name of Lord Gauranga, and we can also say the holy names of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, will spread all over the world. In every town and village, from the highest mountains down to the seas, everyone will chant the holy name of Krishna. As the vast mercy, vast means a torrential downpour, as the vast mercy of Sri Chaitanya conquers all directions, not like Indra with his out-of-season Samvarta clouds devastating Brajapur, necessitating the great and most amazing pastime that is glorified today with great exultation and enthusiasm by devotees, the lifting of Govardhan Hill. So much so that this is the most select and desired place for devotees to reside, Govardhan Hill, transcendental paradise place. It's very nice when we see Shri Radha Murlidhar with the backdrop of Govardhan Hill. But this reign of mercy, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he glorifies the pure devotee of Lord Chaitanya. The spiritual master is receiving benediction from the ocean of mercy, just as a cloud, he takes water from the ocean, the cloud is pouring water upon the materially afflicted world, blazing forest fire material existence. So the spiritual master is delivering the materially afflicted world by raining down the holy name of Krishna. As the vast mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu conquers all directions, a flood of transcendental ecstasy will certainly inundate the land. So we say we must please the spiritual master, we must please the pure devotee. So the spiritual master asks us for a glass of water. So we're very good that we answer that request and we don't speculate and give him a glass of milk thinking, oh, we would think you would like this better. Yes, the spiritual master is pleased, but what is the ultimate pleasure? That must really, what is a lifetime of work, a cooperation of work, and generations of work. So many things can be said, but coming to mind, one of the reasons why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took up the mission so strongly was that when his mother, Bhagavati Devi, was leaving this world, and she left 1 year after Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that it is the desire of your father and it is the desire of Mahaprabhu and my desire that you spread this mission all over the world. So, for hundreds and hundreds of years, this has been prepared, this has been meditated upon. It is a very, very, very great, great goal. When all the poor, fallen, sinful, miserable living entities are made happy, then the Vaishnav's desire is fulfilled. Kaler dosa nadi rajan, what is it? Hasti ek granad mahan. Kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangam param vrajet. My dear, this is the last instructions to Maharaj Parikshit in the 12th canto. My dear king, although this Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there was one very great quality, so great that it makes this Kali Yuga worshipable. That simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can, as Prabhupada says in one place in regard to Vidura helping Dhritarashtra, close all accounts in this material world and go back home, back to Godhead. So the raining down of Shuddhanam Sankirtan is likened unto torrential rain, which fertilizes the agricultural field. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I am the seed of all, he is the seed of all living entities, and Prabhupada would remark how great is the intelligence of Krishna, that in these different seeds, all these amazing fruits and vegetables and trees and nuts and herbs come out. So much different variety. But each and every herb, fruit, vegetable, plant is dependent upon rain. So in the same way, the distribution of Nam Sankirtan, what does Lord Chaitanya say? Glories to this Sankirtan movement, which awakens all varieties of devotional service. So, bringing, the subsequent devotees of Lord Chaitanya, this is Narada Muni's instructions to Vyasadeva, I believe it's the 6th chapter, the 1st canto. The subsequent devotees of Lord Chaitanya showed expert dexterity in this regard, and that means finding novel ways and means to interest all classes of men. In one place, Prabhupada says, Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement is so unique, and I'll add the word ingenious, that it can interest all classes of men in what? The subject matter of love of Godhead. The Prema Dharma emanating from Goloka Vrindavan is the source of all other dharmas. When Lord Chaitanya was questioning Ramananda Roy, and Ramananda Roy got to the point of one can satisfy the Lord by executing one's duties in the Varnashram Dharma. Indeed, there's no other way to satisfy the Lord. And actually, Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas, people must be brought into this system so that they can regulate their lives according to what is recommended for a young person, and is not the same thing that is recommended to an older person, and vice versa, or a person more in modes of, say, primarily passion, a Kshatriya, or a person primarily in goodness, or the Vaishyas, the Sudras, etc., etc. And Lord Chaitanya rejected that. I think there's something higher, go further, and Prabhupada writes in the purport, Lord Chaitanya is coming from the spiritual world, and therefore his methods are completely spiritual. So therefore he deemed the Varnashram Dharma, which we could say, if it's not seen as part and parcel or as a progressive stepping stone to ultimately achieve love of Godhead, is also external. So his methods were completely spiritual, and Lord Chaitanya's method is directly distributing prema, not considering who is fit or who is unfit, where there was a proper place or improper place. The members of the Panchatattva, led by Lord Chaitanya, freely distributed this topmost fruit of love of Godhead, which is so potent, so powerful, so superlatively superior that all other dharmas, all other conceptions must bow and be influenced and completely subjugated by the Prema Dharma. So, when Prabhupada says preaching is the essence, actually in that prayer on the Jaladuta, it's prefaced by saying, my dear brothers, I emphatically say unto you, you will not achieve mercy from the Supreme Lord unless and until Srimati Radharani is pleased with you. So Srimati Radharani, Prabhupada is simply enough stated, no one can excel her in her devotional service to Krishna. She serves Krishna the best. So, as Rupa Goswami prays, Sanaka Satata Bharita Charite, all great Saish, and Prabhupada is commenting one time, is she an ordinary girl? No. She is worshipped by the greatest sages, the greatest saints, the greatest devotees. And in one place in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that Srimati Radharani's ecstasy, or her love for Krishna, is the essence of spiritual life for everyone. So when Srila Prabhupada is saying that, and then goes on to describe the desire and mission of his spiritual master in pursuance of the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? So when Prabhupada says preaching is the essence, it is the essence of all essences, based on the ultimate essence of the love of Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna, Pranamor, Yugala Kishore, Jivane Marani Gati Aranahi More. The divine couple, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, are my life and soul. In life or death, I have no other refuge but them. So he has personal experience of this, and therefore he wants to introduce this system. In the 4th chapter of the 9th canto, it is emphatically revealed how the Lord wants to expand his enjoyment by having more and more devotees to exchange with. I was hearing Vaisheshika Prabhu, your class at the Sadhu Sangha retreat, and you were giving commentary on the Tate Nukampam Shishukshimano verse, that what does one have to do? Only one has to stay alive. And you alluded to a song here that was made famous on the streets of Brooklyn some 40 years ago. But it is mentioned there by the humble servants of His Divine Grace. There's a commentary of Srila Sanatana Goswami. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. This is a verse leading up to that. If one can count all the molecules and all the atoms, and one still won't be able to find a limit to the transcendental qualities of the Lord. And Sanatana Goswami in there says that there are innumerable living entities, and the Lord has made each and every one of them unique, so that each individual living entity, or in their sane position, devotee, can appreciate a unique aspect or transcendental quality of the Lord. So that each and every one of us is different, ultimately on the spiritual level, is because the Lord has a particular pleasure He wishes to have with each and every one of us. So when a devotee sees that those who are meant to be in a sane condition of life are in an insane condition of life, a diseased condition of life, he must do something about it. A Brahmin cannot leave a place dirty. He must leave the place cleaner. And, simple cleanliness, we come in the temple room like Virabhaja Ram and Kishore Gopal were straightening out the things right after Mangalarti because they were a mess, the cushions. That's very good. But when we see people all messed up, it should pain us very, very much. And we must give our lives ultimately to try to rectify the situation. He wants to introduce this system. There are many examples of history of devotees of the Lord who risked their lives for the spreading of God consciousness. The favorite example is Lord Jesus Christ. He was crucified by the non-devotees, but he sacrificed his life for spreading God consciousness. And Prabhupada gives this wonderful statement. Of course, it would be superficial to understand that he was killed. Similarly, in India, there's Thakur Haridas, Prahlad Maharaj, many examples. Why such risk? Because they wanted to spread Krishna consciousness, and it is easy? Is that right? No. Difficult. A Krishna-conscious person knows that if a man is suffering, it is due to his forgetfulness of his eternal relationship with Krishna. Therefore, the highest benefit one can render to human society is relieving one's neighbor from all material problems. Now, we can imagine how merciful Krishna is to those engaged in this service, risking everything for him. Therefore, it is certain that such persons must reach the supreme planet after leaving this body. So, it's mentioned here in the purport how material opulences are very dangerous because they can increase one's enmity, anxiety, mental agitation, pride, and belligerence. Similarly, in the first canto, those who are interested in their spiritual welfare should never come into possession of gold, because wherever there is gold, then there is the four pillars of sinful life will manifest. Kali is begging for a place to be. So you can be in a place where gold is being stored. But it's mentioned here in the purport that the material possessions or opulences of a devotee are not the cause of his downfall, but a special benediction. When Sudam Vipra was coming back to his native place, and so everything was transformed into a realm greater than Indra, the king of heaven, it's described that he thought this is the benediction of his dear friend, Lord Krishna, and day by day his loving ecstasy increased more and more and more. And Srila Prabhupada, especially when he was in India, I started this movement with 40 rupees, and now we have more than 40 crores. No businessman can think to increase his business more and more. These young boys and girls, they're after me. Am I bribing them? I'm not giving them any money. And Prabhupada on the Happiness at 2nd Avenue, when they saw that I had something tangible, they accepted. When Priyavrata was being urged and convinced by Svayambhuva Manu and Lord Brahma to give up following the Naishtik Brahmacharya instructions offered by Narada Muni to become a Grihastha, not an ordinary Grihastha, but the emperor of the entire universe, Prabhupada purporting this seeming dilemma that this was for devotional service, that he should take this position. And he brings it kind of on home for us, that the devotees, they are living in materially opulent cities, New York, Zurich, Paris, London, Los Angeles, other places, Stockholm, and they have to meet many non-devotees. This is a position of a devotee that he gives up non-devotional association, but here we're putting ourselves into the most non-devotee association. But to give them our association. And Prabhupada remarks there that this is the cause for deeper and further and guaranteed perpetual association with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in the 7th chapter of the Adi Leela, the one who is actually advanced, meeting people not engaged in devotional service is not a disadvantage. My dear child, it is very good that you developed ecstasy in chanting the holy name. Now go out and preach the value of chanting Krishna Nam, because by this process you will be able to deliver the entire material world. Because the devotee never uses material possessions for any other purpose than the service of the Lord, the possessions of a devotee are not to be compared to those of a karmi. So I came right up to the mark, but seeing that the conch shell is not being blown right at this minute, if anyone would like to ask a question at this time. Or Vaisheshekha Prabhu, could you add something of your own choosing?
I like that how you said a Brahmin leaves a place cleaner than he found it.
Right.
And then you pointed out the window and you said, and people out there are messed up.
Right.
So we have to help clean up. I'm very inspired by your class and by your presence. I'm going to go back to California and spread the spirit that I just took in here. Thank you.
I want to maybe add one thing to what I was saying about the universal rain falling down. And then what happens, we get luxuriant agriculture. We get all the fruits and vegetables and herbs and all the wonderful things in abundance. So a full-pronged presentation of Krishna consciousness must be there. If it just rains and we don't farm the fields or harvest them, then so we must have very nice centers, and we must use our brains according to time, place, and circumstance. And there's just so many aspects to Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. And the more that we see it all connected in one and work together in cooperation, then the bounty and blessing and benediction individually and collectively will be all the more. Just as the Prachetas in the fourth canto were blessed by the Lord, although you're all different because you're working together in cooperation, I'm very pleased and wish to benedict you greatly. Shri Shri Radha Murlidhar, Shri Shri Gaurachandra, Nishringa Varaha Dev Bhagavan Srila Prabhupada, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Hari Hari Bo, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Sadhu, sadhu.
No Bando mui savadana mate. Bando mui savadana mate. Bando mui savadana mate. Prabhupada Mate Jahara Prasadeva He Bhavatori Haya Jahara Gurudev Prabhupada Jahara Prasadeva Bhavatori Haya Prabhupada Bhavatori Haya Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoya Prapti hoya hoite Gurudev Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Tete Kori Haagya Padma Vakya Tete Kori Haagya Gurudev Prabhupada Tete Kori Haagya Nano Kori Omane Asya Nano Kori Kori hamane asa Nana kori hamane asa Chakudan diyo ye janme janme Prabhu se Chakudan Gurudev janme janme Prabhu se Chakudan diyo ye janme janme Prabhu se Tan diyo ye Prabhupada janme Prabhu se Divyan Vide Prakachita Riddegan Vide Prakachita Riddegan Vide Prakachito Riddegan Vide Prakachito Prema Bhaktiya Hoite Avidya Vinasayate Bhaktiya Avidya Vinasayate Prema Bhaktiya Hoite Avidya Vinasayate Bhaktiya Gurudev Prabhupada Verigaya Racharita Verigaya Racharita Verigaya Racharita Verigaya Bhaktiya Hoite Avidya Vinasayate Prema Bhaktiya Hoite Avidya Vinasayate Verigaya Racharito Verigaya Racharito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamajanara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Lokinath Lokira Jivano Lokinath Gurudeyano Lokinath Lokira Jivano Lokinath Ha Prabhu Kordaya de amor parachaya. Ha Prabhu Kordaya de amor para. Ha Prabhu Kordaya de amor parachaya. Ebeas kusuchi buvano. Ebeas kusuchi buvano. Ebeas kusuchi buvano. Ebeas Prabhupada. Prabhu Kordaya de amor parachaya. Prabhu Kordaya de amor. Ebeas kusuchi buvano. Ebeas Prabhupada patita pavano. Prabhupada patita. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivashesha Sunyavati Pashacha Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prabhupada Prabhupada Nivasheta Sunyavati Asya Chadeshatarin Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gauranga Nitai Gaur Shri Advaita Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Haribo, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jaya Radha Muralidhar, Radha Muralidhar, Radhe, Radha Muralidhar, Radha Muralidhar, Radhe. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Gurudev, Gurudev Prabhupada, Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev. Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Om Swa Vishnupad Paramahamsa Bhadavadikacharya Sota Disturbed Divine Grace of Bhadavacharya Vinda Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananda Kuna Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Visari Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Ki Shri Radha Muralidhar Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Navadvip Dham Ki Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Ganga Maye Ki Jamuna Maye Ki Tulsi Devi Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Gauda Premananda. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Bye.